You tell me your opinion.
Okay.
Are relationships more fragile now than they were back in the day?
Yes,
Why you say that?
because I'm gonna use that example like I was just using it for instance.
Hmm.
How your voice elevated just a little, whereas in I could have been a little softer and like, took it the wrong way, which you wasn't meaning any harm by telling me just make a decision. And I understood that part of it. But some people back then that could have started an argument or like, oh, well, why are you yelling at me? And well, I wasn't yelling at you. I was just telling you to do this. And there you go. A small thing blown out of proportion, which like, wait, did I say it's more fragile now than it was back then?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why everybody is so much softer now. Back then, it would have been exactly how I took it. Okay. Your help. I take that as you telling me just make a decision as helping me to just make a Johnny on the spot decision instead of that was a simple thing far as finding somewhere to park. Okay. I could have parked close or we could have went up the ramp some. But how hard was it? You're right. I was just being courteous and say, hey, do you want to stop right here or do you want to go up farther? Because not knowing where how far we had to walk to the event where we was going out of the parking garage. So but nowadays, uh, you can't, you have to almost like with these new relationships walk on eggshells because every little thing could hurt. Oh, well, he hurt my feelings or she did this. So it's like, no, I think you need to communicate so you will understand. It's like, don't take everything so personal or everything to heart because everything is not said to hurt you. You know what I mean? I think I
Um,
said that.
yeah, I get it. I don't know if it's necessarily more fragile now versus then. I think yes, people are more butthurt these days overall.
Yes,
This is
I
true.
can agree with that.
That is definitely true. People are more butthurt these days. Um, Generationally, I we come from that type of generation to where you have to have a little thicker skin,
That
with
is,
some things. And I will say that as I've gotten older, it's not that my skin has gotten thinner. It's my verbalization has gotten blunter.
yes, it
So
has.
so while their skin is getting thinner, my shit is getting like, look, motherfucker, your shit's trash. Okay, right?
Where see,
And that don't mean that you can't tighten your thing up. That don't mean that you. It's just a momentary. It's in a lot of cases it can be shored up. But at this moment, standing in front of me, your shit is trash. Okay.
it's and at one point you would kind of come with a little softer tone or a softer delivery.
Right.
At some point, you may have used to like, okay, well, let me figure out how I can say this a little softer without
Right.
butt
Right.
hurting somebody. But
Right.
now, like you say, you getting older, you don't have time to be trying to figure out how to sugarcoat it. Hey, I'm gonna just say it and be done with
Right.
it.
Right.
You still don't mean to come off so harsh or so hard, but because everybody is so sensitive nowadays, that's
Right.
what you get. It's like I'm not like I say, what you said to me, I could have been real soft about it and cried and everything else and still never let it die. Still could be bringing it to your, hey, you remember how you just cussed at me and said make a decision? I could still be butthurt about it. But it's like, it ain't that serious. But like you say, back then we were taught to have a tougher skin. These new generations, you can't even tell them to toughen up. Well, what you talking about toughen up? They all in their feelings.
Right.
Get out your
You know,
feelings.
especially, well, I think that's why a lot of people uh, are not in the circle of me no more because of that. And that's fine. But, I always stick it to my great nephews and them, I
Yeah, I
make it a
feel sorry
point to,
for them sometimes.
yeah, I make it a point to stick it to their ass.
I feel bad for them sometimes. Like, you so
They'll get
rough.
over it. Right,
But see,
right.
I
They'll get
I
over
don't I listen how you talk to them and I'll be saying to myself, man, he kind of rough, but I'll never say that to you because
it. Right,
at some point they need that.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
They
need
need
that.
that.
And the other component that I make sure that when we get the opportunity to circle around this thing, they understand where I'm coming from, what my objective is, and I take the feedback from them about how they feel about it, right?
Hmm.
Not me, not, and the feedback is not, oh, so I won't say that to them again, or I won't come on that. No, they're gonna get the same fucking thing, right?
I know.
But I make sure they understand why, you know, why I'm that way with them, right?
Hmm.
And what it
Hmm.
is that I'm trying to impart and get to them. It ain't just fuck them up, run them over with the bus, and then just leave them out there to be a victim. No, no. I make sure I circle back in and they understand it comes from a place of love and having equipping them with survival skills in this thing that I see that they are lacking, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And for the most part, uh, the the nephews get it, and so now it's hilarious to them. And the great nephews, their pain is coming.
Poor guys.
Their pain is coming. So, but that's the thing. The fragile nature of relationship these days. I was just
Yeah.
that was a curious thought to me. We thought that it was more uh, fragile now than before.
Yeah. It is. We as adults now sometimes could probably even think back to stuff that was told to us, not just by our parents, just by an adult that was an older person than us would tell us something like, we took it. We didn't get attitude about it, but now it sometimes it plays back. It's like, oh, I remember when I was told this. And
I
it
get
help you.
attitude about it. I got attitude about
Well,
it, right?
you a different case.
Especially one day, it was something. I was in high school. Something was going on, and the old man came and he was talking to me about it. We were in the backyard, right? And he listened to whatever the fuck, I can't even remember what it was.
Hmm.
And he listened. He was good for that. He listened. He said, you're looking at it wrong. And I was like, what? I see this thing, and this is how trivial whatever it was, because I can't even remember what it was about. Uh, but I remember him saying, "You're looking at it wrong," right? And he went on and he gave his spiel about whatever and this, that, and the other. And yeah, it did make me look at it a little bit different, but I can't even remember what it was. And a lot of times I use that with people. They explain this and that. Now, yeah, but you're looking at it wrong.
I was just about to say, you kind of throw that at me quite a bit. And some days I'll be like, I be fussing back at you. You don't know that, but now you do.
Uh,
And you be like, well, you're looking at it wrong. And I'm like, no, I ain't, man. And I hear you out. I do. I hear you out.
right.
And then sometime I'll be like, I guess he got a point there. But most of the time it'd be like, I wasn't listening to that wrong, but.